have goods of every type in the market. You already mentioned rice. Now we know that we have locally manufactured rice as well as we have the foreign rice, which has been an issue for a very long time. But do locally manufactured goods receive as much patronage as foreign goods do at this time of the year?
I think it's I would say 50-50.
Okay.
50-50. Like in the areas of okay, if I talk about the fashion area, people that like to get ready-made clothes, a lot of our fashion people here, they really get involved, because in season like this, when you were mentioning industries that really benefit, the fashion industry benefits. Either you get the materials and you get them to sew for you. That industry booms, and in a time like this, then you have the ready wears, you know, your t-shirts, your dinner gowns, the shoes, and all of those stuff. So I think both worlds benefit from it, whether local or imported goods. They benefit, yeah.
But then we know that let's look, for instance, in the UK or in the US, businesses do a lot of bonus or sales as a way of saying thank you to their customers or clients. But here in Nigeria, we find very few. Why does that happen? Aren't they happy that they have customers who patronize them from the beginning of the year till the end of the year for them to say thank you to?
Well, particularly Nigeria, and I think our own case is the other way around. You will find out that because people think there's more money in the economy at this period, because they think people are more empowered to buy.
Just like Joe said,
exactly.
13 months.
It's an assumption. It's an assumption, I tell you, because not every organization pay 13 months, and even those that pay, like you said, some pay in January. But everybody wants to grab something from this money, cost and unquote, that is in the atmosphere. And we find out that instead of the cost of things going down, it's actually going up. It's an irony. And for those who even offer discounts and everything, because you may not be privy to the original prices of these items, you find out that the price is first jacked up, and then you now give a discount that at the end of the day ends up a little above what it was.
So it really doesn't make any difference.
So it doesn't make any difference. It's something I think we have to look at. But I think as we develop, this tendency will come in further as more shops are opening, as we start doing our own business with more of international standard. I think we'll start having it, and as more international players come into our economy, people can offer these things. It will force others to start doing it too.
I want to say also, it depends on how you always are, because one key thing for us in business development is about access to information. The truth is, there are some businesses that do offer discounts. It's just, do you know where they are? Do you know who they are? So sometimes it can be your ability to access this information.
But then when at a time like this, we begin to see adverts on TV, we see adverts in the papers, we hear adverts on the radio.
Exactly.
People don't trust it.
The trust issue also.
Why don't they trust it? Why?
Because they've not gone to. You know, sometimes we know we have this imaginary view that when you look at some things, you feel, oh, this thing is going to be very expensive. I want to say it's a mindset thing. Until you go and ask, until you know, sometimes assumption is the mother of all foolishness. Sometimes we say we don't really have a culture of, let me try this out.
Now, let me ask you, Joel. Dele already said it, that a lot of times, most of these products, so to speak, if they say they're giving you a discount, it might be a very minute difference. Now, if you've gone to such companies to buy items, once they've done that, second time they did it to you, third time you will not go back. You will not go back there again. So, at what point am I going to feel that, okay, probably they've changed and actually 70% discount actually means 70% discount. So when I go there, I'm going to get that product at 70% discount.
Well, that's where I was going. The issue of trust. I mean, I must confess, even at my own level, sometimes when I see this advertisement, the first thing that comes to my mind is, are they actually saying the truth? Are we going to what 70% of what am I getting taken off? And then I also ask myself, why will the man give me 70% discount off? Why will they give me? Will they really give me?
Because you remember, you have to pay taxes, you have to pay everything.
In the spirit of the season. But then, I mean, to me, sometimes I look at it and, I mean, I assume that is what is happening in the mind of a lot of people. I look at it and say, look, what discount are you giving me? am I really, if it's a shop I've entered many times before and I go there and I say, look, you're giving me 30% discount. But when I came here in September, I bought this for this much, and now even at this rate, I'm not getting any discount. And that has happened to me once or twice. There is the belief that these people are lying. I'm not saying everybody is lying, but there is also that belief that you have in you that, are you sure? Just like the issue of lottery, sometimes when you say buy one get one free, you start asking yourself, is this true? So it's I think it's just our mindset, but which like we said, the business people themselves must end this trust.
Yeah, trust,
they must end. It's important. They must end the trust. If they end the trust, things will start changing gradually. And if you go there, you get it, you convince another person to go there and also get it. But for now, there's that trust issue.
You know, just like quickly the issue of we talked about it, the online experience that we're having in Nigeria. Then you know, was how can I go online and buy goods and pay for it and be sure that the goods will come to my doorstep? But these guys, if they come to understand the mind, the thinking of the average customer, the average consumer in Nigeria, that we want to feel things. It's just like in terms of constructions, when you're building houses in developed countries, sometimes they build prefabricated buildings. But in Nigeria, in those prefabricated buildings, when you hit them, it makes some hollow noise, and they don't mind. But in Nigeria, not all of us, we want to hit your wall, and you hear that kind of noise. This one is not, it's not firm. It's not going to be very strong. So I think over time, it's an experience. Customer buying is about experience, and that experience should want to make them repeat a business with you. So on the other side of the divide, like he said, sellers, you know, they need to earn customers' confidence, customer trust. So whether we're in the festive season or outside the festive season, there's that beautiful customer experience that creates that raving fans for businesses.
At this time of the year, we notice there's an increase in goods and services, like we already established at the beginning of this conversation. Would it be wise, for instance, for people to start to purchase gifts earlier than this season? Because you know that at this time, you're going to have everything increased by as much as 70 to 90%, and that's more money you're spending, especially when you know that January is around the corner and you need to pay school fees and send the children back to school, you know, prepare yourself to resume work and the likes of it. So is it wise to actually make a budget that from a certain time of the year you begin to purchase your items, whatever gifts it is that you're going to be giving out at the year end, you begin to purchase it at that particular time?
All right. I think it boils down to goal setting, and planning, and it has to cut across every area of our life. You know, we gradually the culture of goal setting and planning is becoming what our generation, the previous generation, are beginning to appreciate a lot. Because if you look at the short-term goals, you look at the medium-term goals, you look at your long-term goals, it certainly should help you deal with whatever you want to buy. I have a mentor. If he wants to travel maybe in December, he's already thinking of buying the ticket maybe the first quarter. That means we as consumers, we need to have an understanding of the times and the seasons of the demands we need to incur throughout the year. If we know that by December we're going to do a lot of, like my family this December, the kind of bills we made, if we didn't have a prior plan about it, it would have been very difficult. I mean, really difficult.
So if you're finding that difficult, then you can imagine there's somebody else on. Yes,
so it's all about long-term planning. You need to look at your 365 days. You need to look at the 12 months. Where am I going to have heavy spending? What do I need to do? So just to quickly answer that, your planning should start now. There's no beautiful time to start planning than now. So if we know that in 2014, by end of second quarter, by end of the third or fourth quarter, we're going to make it, doing a lot of spending, the best time to start saving is January. We have to make plans for it, so that it is better for you to have this cumulative way of building up your money, your budget. You already know the budget, but you're building the money, so that by the time it's October month, which we all dread, the October, the November and December, you already know that the first 7 months of the year, you've actually built and saved some money to handle all those expenses. That's my thought.
And then to add to that, I think you must also have the discipline to stand strictly by your budget, by your plan, because there is also the tendency to overstretch yourself during this period. I imagine demand from children for some entertainment items, to